What's going on, everyone? It's Marsellis back with another video. Today, we're going to talk about Pawswap because Pawswap is about to be the new decentralized exchange for Shiba Inu. So, this is going to be pretty big and it's going to be for the Shibarium blockchain. It's going to be the first decentralized exchange on the Shibarium blockchain. So, this is going to be pretty cool. Definitely stick around to the end of the video, though, because we got a lot to talk about. Go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this financial advice. If you want to talk to me directly, check out the link in the description for my email address, and you can go ahead and email me for a consultation. I do charge for consultations, so definitely email me if you want a consultation on some crypto projects here. But anyways, let's get straight to it. So let's talk about Shibarium, not Shibarium, but really Pawswap, which is going to be on Shibarium. So this is a pretty big project that's going on right now. It just got listed to a lot of exchanges. It's now finally on Gate.io and other exchanges. But currently we can't really do a technical analysis on it right now. So I'm just kind of showing you the charts because it just now got listed. So you really can't do a technical analysis on this yet. But let's talk about Pawswap though. So let's go over a few things. First things first, it is down 20.9% inside of the last 24 hours. And that's because Pawswap had a huge run up in the last 14 days. So you can see Pawswap has been going crazy. So in the last 14 days, it's up 752%. So it's been going really crazy. A lot of money has been flowing into Pawswap. And yeah, it's really been increasing huge. So shout out to the Shiba Inu community, Shiba Army out there for pushing this out there. But yeah, this is going crazy right now. It's huge. Right now, I don't currently have any Pawswap because it's so new. I haven't even had a chance to get in on it yet. But yeah, it's doing big numbers, but it is down a lot. It's down 20.9%. So this isn't a video of me telling you to buy it. I never tell anyone to buy anything. So don't buy stuff because you hear me talking about it. Don't ask me when you should buy and when you should sell because I don't give financial advice and I'm not a financial advisor at all. But what I will say here with Pawswap, I do believe that Pawswap does have some potential for the future. But we are down 20% here. So personally, me, I am waiting for it to pull back down a little bit more. But it probably won't do that. It might not do that, because it looks like if Shibarium blockchain comes out, sooner than expected, then Shibarium could just drive this thing all the way up to the moon. So you can do your own research, your own due diligence. Whether or not you want to get in now or later is up to you. Me personally, I'm waiting. I might actually miss it, so that tells you whatever you want to know, and yeah, do exactly what you want to do. But yeah, I definitely want to get in here on Pawswap. Pawswap seems like it has some potential here. But yeah, you can see over here we are now at 4,739 holders. So the holders are increasing every day. Pretty good amount of holders, not too many, $27 million total inside a fully diluted market cap. So you can see that is a lot right now. So the market cap is increasing fast as well. I mean, with only 4,739 holders and $27 million market cap, that's pretty good. That's pretty solid. It's pretty decent. Now, here's the Twitter. Only 7,000 people follow this Twitter. This is crazy. Like Pawswap is at its beginning right now. It's at the very beginning. So it's pretty crazy to see the growth that's probably going to be happening here for Pawswap coming very soon. But anyways, you can see here they got the prepare for launch for their Medium. We're going to go over this whole Medium article, and they're talking about their preparation for launch. But before we go over that, we're going to go over this. So Pawswap is now listed on the BitGet exchange. So yeah, a new spot listing here for BitGet, Innovation Zone plus Sheep Zone. So you got over here Doge Killer Leash, and you got Pawswap Paw now listed on BitGet. So that's pretty interesting. Now, a lot of people may be asking, is Pawswap created by the Shiba Inu developers? Nobody knows. They haven't really said anything. I don't think they are actually created by the Shiba developers, but they're still going to be they're still going to be on the Shibarium blockchain, right? They're still going to be the first decentralized exchange on the Shibarium blockchain. So they're going to be the first DEX on that blockchain. So this is pretty interesting to see, nonetheless. But anyways, moving on from that, we can see over here, L Bank also has listed Paw. So Paw will now be listed on L Bank. So Pawswap is now there. Paw Shibarium, as you can see here, built on the premise of decentralization, Paw offers a secure, fast, and user-friendly experience for trading crypto assets. So now we're listed on L Bank as well. So this is pretty interesting to see. And also over here, Bitcoin, congratulations, Paw is officially listed on Bitcoin. So now Pawswap is now listed on Bitcoin as well. So yeah, a lot of exchanges are starting to list it very early, which is definitely a good sign. Pawswap is developed with the mantra of decentralization of its core. The Paw team strives to bring the same quality of the Sheep to Pawswap. So hopefully we could see some huge gains here. And this is crazy because let's just imagine if this gets to like the Shiba Inu price. And that's really what I'm looking at personally. Like I'm gonna do some technical, not some technical. I'm gonna do some math here for Paul Swap. Okay, so stay with me here, stick with me here, like follow along because this is about to be pretty big. Now, first things first, let's take our total supply here, right? Which is 1 quadrillion, million, billion, trillion, quadrillion. We have one quadrillion total supply. So we're going to take this total supply, right? And then we're going to multiply it by the current price. That gives us $27 million. So I'm not going to even do that. Did it in my head. It's already right there. It tells you the fully diluted market cap is $27 million currently, right? So now let's take this 1 quadrillion coins for Paul Swap and let's multiply it by a target price. Let's just say we want to see Paul Swap at 5D1, 5 zeros and a 1. Well, that's $1 billion inside of uh, market cap here. So let's hypothetically say Paul Swap gets to $1 billion in market cap, which is not too hard. Like Sheep is already at like 9 billion. And once it's a part of the Shibarium blockchain, I definitely think it will get there. But let's just say, we got 5 zeros here. So let's go ahead and say you want to take $1,000 right now and you want to put it into Pawswap. So let's say you put $1,000 into Pawswap at our current Pawswap price. So if you did that inside of Pawswap, that would give you 36.2 billion coins, which to be exact, 36,248,957,842 coins. That will pretty much be how much coins you will have here inside of Pawswap. So you go ahead and you multiply that by the target price that we just now mentioned, which would be at a $1 billion market cap, which is 5Z1. That then gives you $36,000 off of your $1,000. And I think PawSwap has that possibility to get us to 1 billion. Obviously, it's not going to get to a billion like that. But if Shibarium blockchain comes out very soon, you could possibly see that. So there's huge potential here with PawSwap. And I definitely think that it's going to be a good project as long as, Shibarium comes out and everything's good with Shibarium. I think it could be a good project. So me personally, I'm definitely trying to get in on PawSwap. I'm not a big fan of Ethereum at all, but that's what Shibarium blockchain is doing. Shibarium is layer 2. It's pretty much going to make Ethereum more efficient. It's going to make the trades more efficient whenever you're doing transfers on Ethereum or on Shibarium. So it's really a good it seems like a good play here. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, none of this financial advice, so don't ask me whether or not you should buy Pawswap because that's completely up to you and whether or not you believe in the project. But me personally, I think it's worth for me personally to throw maybe $100 to $1,000 in, and that's pretty much what I'm thinking about doing. But yeah, it's now listed on Bitcoin as well, so that's pretty cool. And you can also see over here, Pawswap is ahead of Sheep's L2 launch. So Gate.io is listing Paw. Pawswap will be Shibarium's first decentralized exchange. So the fact that Gate.io is listing them is pretty good. Now they said this follows on from listing of Bone, the official gas token of Shibarium. We hope the Sheep army and new investors enjoy trading these assets. So that's pretty cool to see. It's pretty cool. And moving on from this, though, let's go on to the next thing. So over here, we can see Gate.io startup free offering for Paul. Subscription for 6 a.m. Blah, 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 blah. That already happened. But yeah, we're pretty much getting this listing for Gate.io. So that's pretty cool to see because Gate.io is a huge exchange, a very big exchange. Now, Shibarium powered decentralized exchange Pawswap is to make its debut. We got a Watcher Guru article here written, so that's pretty big as well. So yeah, there's a lot going on here for this. Now over here, xt.exchange will list Pawswap as well. So that's cool too. So Pawswap should be listed. Well, it's already listed actually. So, all right. So over here, the Pawswap website, the pawecosystem.com, they have over here Pawswap, the Shibarium decentralized exchange swap. So a shift to decentralization for people. So this is pretty cool that they have the whole thing up here already. So you got Paw, you got Bone, you got Lease, you got Sheep, and then you got the same thing repeated again. So yeah, Paw, Bone, Lee, Sheep, and all that good stuff. So about Paw, we already know all about Pawswap, but Pawswap is developed and inspired with the mantra of decentralization. At its core, inspired by Shiba Inu's success, the Paw team strives to bring the same quality of success from Shiba Inu to Pawswap. And I think a big thing to take away here is the Paw team strives to bring the same quality of success from Shiba Inu. Let me say that again. The PAW team, and then they said from Shiba Inu. So this indicates right here that they're not a part of the Shiba Inu team because the PAW team is their own independent team. And they're trying to bring the same quality as the Shiba Inu team. So you got to read between the lines there. So they're not a part of the Shiba Inu team, but they are building on the Shibarium blockchain. Now it says PAW will serve as the gateway to Pawswap, with this website acting as the portal for entry. So, with the end goal in mind, the PAW strives to create and transform the decentralized space through community driven innovation. We pride ourselves in the ability to provide safety and compliance to anyone investing and trusting in our team and products. Now, you got over here one quadrillion supply. There's no tokenomics taxes, which I love that. Vision over here, they got their whole vision. We pretty much already went over that. So it's pretty straightforward here. You got the roadmap Q3 2022 to Q1 2023. They say research and development, and then the token launch. They've already launched the token. So now we're coming over here to Q2 2023 through 2023. For Q3. So alpha testing, invite a small group of users to evaluate the platform in a closed alpha environment. Feedback from these users will be implemented and assessed to make improvements and fix any bugs before the platform goes live. If anyone from the Pawswap team is watching this, I will gladly test if you want to bring me in for the alpha testing. So I'll definitely do that if y'all want. Anyways, over here, Q2 2023 to Q3 2023, community driven governance introduced a community driven governance model that will allow users to assist in the development and direction of the platform. Q3 2023 and Q4 2023, which is towards the end of the year, beta testing opened the platform to a larger group of beta testers to further test and refine the platform, onboard more tokens and trading pairs to the platform. And then Q3 or Q4 2023 and Q1 2024 public launch. Pawswap will officially launch to the public, continue to add new tokens and trading pairs, and actively improve the platform based on users' feedback. So I think an important part to take away from the roadmap is the fact that Q4 2023, which is the end of the year towards like December, November, and then Q1 2024, which is next year, the beginning, that they're pretty much saying that the Pawswap is not going to be public until the end of the year going into next year. And this kind of brings me to another thing, Shibarium. Let's see if Shibarium will be public, you know, at the same time. I don't know. They said Shibarium might come out in May of this year, but according to Pawswap's not going to come out until the end of this year. They're not going to be public until the end of this year. So you got to keep that in mind. So it's not like it's just going to be worth $1 billion market cap like in a month or something like that. We're looking towards the end of the year, closer to the beginning of next year. That's what they're really trying to push for. That's when they're going to be releasing Pawswap. So keep that in mind. We already got Pawswap obviously here, but the actual decentralized exchange with all the good stuff with Shibarium being on there is not going to be available. And they're already preparing. You can already see Shibarium is already an option on here. Obviously, you can't click it, but it's already on here. And obviously, they're going to be doing layer twos for Ethereum because Shibarium is a layer two for Ethereum. So that's why you see Ethereum, and then you see Shibarium because it's a layer two, and then you see Polygon Optimism because obviously Optimism is a layer two, and then you got Arbitrum. So they're focusing on the layer twos for Ethereum. I want to know whether or not they're going to be bringing and implementing Binance Smart Chain into this because that would be pretty cool to see. But yeah, here is the Pawswap official site. If you want to come get the token Pawswap here, you can just pretty much pull up and I don't know if they have Pawswap here exactly, but yeah, so Pato call UPI. But yeah, they don't have a Pawswap on here. You probably got to put the address in there yourself. So you probably got to come over here, copy this address, and then you probably got to paste it inside of this little box here. And okay, so yeah, I guess you can't get Pawswap on here. So that's pretty interesting to see because you would think that they would allow you to put it in on here. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. This is the swap. This is the Pawswap official address. So yeah, that's kind of weird that they don't have it on their own swap, that you can't swap for their own token on their own swap. So yeah, that's pretty weird. But anyways, we'll see how this goes. So I'll keep you all updated on this. And over here we got the prepare for launch accomplishment. I don't think they're preparing for launch yet because well they are I guess, but it's not going to launch until like coming into next year, like the end of this year, leading into next year, Q3 2023 to Q4 2023, and then Q1 of 2024. So that's pretty interesting. But anyways, accomplishments here. Before we continue, let's take a moment to understand how far we've come already. So you're seeing over here, we achieved a 24-hour trading volume over $9 million already. All that good stuff. We've exceeded 4,000 holders. We've been listed on Gate.io, XT.com, LBank, BitGet Global, Bitcoin, consistent voluntary community burns, all this good stuff. An open letter to the community they got here. So we are for each other, blah, blah, blah. The Dex release is just icing on the cake, blah, blah, blah. We're strong, blah, blah, blah. We love watching the Paw family grow. We want to shift the power into our hands, whether you are in the Paw community or not. We're going to do this anyway. So look into your soul. What does it tell you? What do we want in life? This is like a manifesto right here. So finally stand at the top of the mountain, all that good stuff. A bunch of poetry here. Outlook: as we grow, there will be an increasing number of scammers. This is a big notice. Increasing number of scammers, imposters, etc., that try to trick the community into believing something that is not real. Please only refer to the links for Pawswap that you find on the links and all that good stuff. So over here, you can see there will be error communicate. Only there will ever be. Only there will ever communicate directly on any official announcements. Okay, they could have worded this a lot better. They say only there will we ever communicate directly on any official announcements. So I think they should have put only on our social media links above will we ever communicate directly on any official announcements, because you're looking like, what do you mean by there? So now I'm just kind of doing some keyboard warrior stuff, I guess, because they should change that. But anyways, we have seen community burns totaling over 7 billion Paul. That's pretty cool as well. They got the burn wallet right here for Paul. So I guess if you want to confirm some burns here, you can go ahead and confirm those burns. So interesting stuff. Interesting stuff here for Pawswap. Um, moving on from Paul though. So yeah, moving on from Pawswap, we will likely design a tracker to follow and display both quantity and USDT value of community burns, watching the burnt paw supply grow. The paw community is now an exponential trajectory of growth. It has been done before and it will happen again. Launch codes. In our last discussion, we talked about how Pawswap will innovate on top of Shibarium. Please, if you have not already, read through this and understand everything. So they said Pawswap will add an extra layer to utilize the scalability and security. The integration of major companies into Web3 and web and crypto-based technology is a treasure trove of massive untapped potential. Let's just say launch is imminent. The major pieces are in place. Alpha testing is complete. One or two more minor adjustments and skies are clear for launch. As we approach our launch runway, please understand that this is only step one of an infinite number of steps to follow. We have an expectation of perfection. If something is not provided as perfect, then it will not officially be executed. So listings, partnerships, events, community growth, development, there is much more to do. Success will come and much more stuff. So it seems pretty good right now. They got a pretty good plan to launch Paul. So let's see how Pawswap goes in with this launch. I think it could have some potential. And like I said, me personally, I do want to get into Pawswap. But considering that they're not going to be launching until, as they say, Q4 2023 to Q1 2023. Obviously, they could launch earlier than that. The website might say that, but they could always launch earlier, or they could always launch later, or they could never launch at all. But there's always any of these options that could happen. I do believe they're going to launch, but they could have launched earlier, later, or on the specific time that they already announced. So this is pretty interesting. And with that into consideration, I'm probably going to wait until it pulls back a little bit more. It may not pull back. I may miss out. So don't follow what I say or what I do. Just go ahead and do what you want to do and do your own due diligence and research on it. And I will do me. You do you, I do me. Me personally, I'm going to wait for it to pull back. I think I personally think that it could pull all the way back down to here, and there's a whole list of possibilities here, but I mean it's up 700% in the last 14 days, so I definitely don't want to buy right now. But it could be up way more if it continues to do what it's doing. So you got to keep that into mind as well. But yeah, anyways, this is pretty much all I got for y'all today. Definitely hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section. Also, I see a lot of people in the comments asking about what do you think about this crypto? What do you think about that crypto? What do you think about these prices? What do you think about these prices? When should I buy here? When should I buy there? All this other stuff. And time is money. So definitely check out my link in the description for my email address and email me for consultations. I'm creating a website, so you'll be able to do it there soon. But yeah, if you want consultations, definitely let me know. It's becoming too much time to respond to everybody inside of the emails and answering all these questions because time is money, and I definitely got to be compensated for my time. And I haven't been compensated for my time in a very long time. So I'm going to have to be compensated for my time from now on. So if you all want my time, if you all want to have consultations and want different advice for these different cryptos, obviously it's not financial advice, you know. But anyways, if you do want any tips and tricks here and there, let me know. Consultations will be inside of my email. So email me at marsellis1@gmail.com. The link is inside the description. So definitely check that out. And as always, I'll be back with another video.